Hey folks, it's Lindsey Huddleston back in the building. Another SPS Mental Health Moment with my guy Reggie. I love to say his name like that. Bad Boys when the young man came to the door. But I've been really fond of this young man since I met him several years ago when I was part of the Eastern Quaker family. He was there as a player. I think, Reggie, I met you maybe your junior year. So your junior year and your senior year. And what this young man has done, which I'm so proud of, which I want to talk about today, is that he's taken his love for sports and he's found a way to continue to be involved in the game. And I can really relate to that. But Reggie Austin is the founder of Workout with Reg. That is what we call your videography company, your sports. I don't know what terminology. How do you introduce your brand when you talk about it?
Basically, I just say I'm a videographer. I used to be big on basketball videographer, but now I'm starting to do like football, and I want to branch out. Do other stuff. Commercial work. Like people always hit me up, music videos, all that type of stuff. So, you
Yeah,
know,
I love it. I love it.
it's just videographer now.
Yeah, well, videographer, that's good. And again, we were talking offline about. I remember that fateful day, being at a game on the sideline, doing my work as a sports psychology consultant, which is one who just observed. But seeing you on that baseline, you came in there and like people with the press credentials. You had your outstanding camera, and you was in there getting. I said, oh, okay, I see what Reggie's doing. So fast forward from that moment to right now, if you want to watch the dopest highlight videos, for the most part, it's gonna have your brand on. It's gonna have your tag, and you really kind of put these great teasers together and do all this other. So tell me how your brand has developed from what it's about 3 years now to where you are now. Is that about right?
Yeah. So basically, like I think it was 2018 I graduated, and then the next upcoming basketball season, I hadn't been to like a basketball game in a long time. Like I had been busy with school and stuff. So then like I just happened to go to Eastern Sexton game, and I was starting to get into YouTube. So then I was like, I'm gonna just bring my camera, see what I'm gonna do. I didn't know if I was gonna take pictures, videos, whatever. But then I just ended up shooting the whole video, recording the whole game. That game was crazy. Like Deontay, I think I had like 30 some points. Like they were in the double overtime. They had like four people on the court. So then the game like blew up online. Yeah, the game like blew up online. And then next thing I know, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this again because I think I can do it better. And then I did it then I did it again, and all the games just started to be like crazy. So next thing I know, like people started asking me like, "Oh, can you come record?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I wasn't charging at the point, so I was like, "Yeah, like when I'm free, I can just come record." I'm just practicing, and then like it started happening, and then more and more people started asking like same day, same weekends, or stuff like that. So I'm like, maybe I could turn this into something. And literally, so I started charging people. I didn't know what to charge people. And but now, literally, like, I had to tell people, no, like, I'm overbooked. Like, there's been times last season where I had to hire another person to film for me while I was at other gyms,
What?
everything. Like,
Oh, I
it's
love it.
long way, long way.
But Reg, what's so great about this story, and I know your story is just beginning to be written, is that it started with a passion. And I think
Yeah.
people have to understand, man, they have to be okay with that passion. And then you talk about that time when you were there. What was it like when you did the first game and you said, I think I can do this some more? Talk about that feeling, what that felt like to say, I think I can do this some more and even do it better. What was that feeling like?
Yeah, like, I think it happened when, like, the game was over and I just got like I knew that I had some good shots from like playing basketball, and I think of it as a player, and I'm like, okay, if I was a player and I wanted to highlight tape, like I would want it to look like this. And I think that's like kind of what differentiates my videos. Like I was on the player side for so long. I watched so many other videos of other players and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I want to get so good at this that like I'm gonna be known for doing this. And
Reg,
then
man. And it's happening. I mean, it's happening right before our eyes. And I think what people don't understand is that when you're done playing, there's so many things you can do that can keep you engaged because you probably just as hyped when you get to the game now as you would have when you were a player. Am I right?
right, yeah.
And then what you can do to kind of be involved in the culture because, like we were saying, so many people are called upon you. So let's talk about what it's like for somebody who may have something they're passionate about. What advice would you give them as it relates to stepping out? Because you don't just start out the day you had a camera, now you work out with Reg, you got all the YouTube videos, you got all the Instagram videos. It doesn't happen like that. But what advice do you give someone as far as it relates to just starting out?
Um, my biggest advice would just say do it the first time, cause like I'm the type of person that wants to, be like perfect. Like I want to put out the best video possible. But like, when you first starting out, whatever you do then is probably gonna be the best that you can do. Like I look at my videos back then and I'm like, oh, I could have did that so much better. But I'm like, that was my first time picking up the camera and doing this.
Right.
So it's like just do it, just start. You don't need like whatever the top of the line of equipment, whatever you're trying to do, or you don't need the most money. Like whatever, just like do it. Do one, do two, do whatever. And then next thing you know, like you'll get better and you'll become more confident too in
Okay.
yourself.
You
And
spoke
you
on an
just get
excellent word
better.
when you said confidence, and I talk about that a lot in the new book that I have out too. But with the confidence part, talk about what it's like when people don't have that confidence, and talk about the distractions you can run into, the toxic people, the people who can, kind of try to throw you off your game a little bit. Talk about that part of it.
Um, I just think it's really important to have confidence in yourself, knowing what you can do because I mean, as we all know, like there's people out there that aren't so confident in themselves. So like you said, they're gonna be toxic or push off the negative energy on you. And like, you have to just focus on what you're doing. Like, you're the one in your skin and you're with the passion to do what you want to do. I mean, no matter what, like, hey, no matter if one person buys, no matter if 100 people buy, like if you like what you're doing and you put the passion in it, people will understand. Like, like I started putting out good videos that I took time on and people understood. So I was, not confident at first, like, oh, like no one's gonna actually pay for videos, this, that, and the third. But like, I was confident in myself. I kept showing up to games. People asked me what I was doing. I was, like I do this, this, and that. Like if you ever need anything, I'm here. And then, just started branching out. I did have to talk more to people that I didn't know, people, like hit people up online. Just, but it's what you got to do. You got to, once you have something that you believe in, that you really want to do, like, hey, you just got to go all in.
I love that. I love that. Now you've had some wonderful videos featuring a lot of the prep guys in the area, but there was one particular group of videos that featured some Michigan State players. When you talk about potential Final Four team, potential national championship team, Hall of Fame coach, Tom Izzo type program. What was the difference, if there was any, with you covering those guys compared to some of the other prep players you covered?
Um, yeah, it was definitely a lot different. There were that was my first time really recording a group of like high caliber guys. So like it was and like I didn't really know any of them personally. I had talked to them like maybe 2 days before that and kind of um talked to them a little bit, networked a little bit, and then next thing you know, like one of the players hit me back and was like, can you pull up here? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. And so I think it was kind of different because I didn't have that personal connection with them. Like, a lot of the kids around here I know. Um, but it was definitely cool, like getting to know them and getting comfortable. You can tell like when people get more comfortable around you, and it's easier to record.
Yeah,
So you're not just like a random cameraman
yeah,
there with the camera. So that's why I always preach like confidence and being confident in the work that you do. And, letting your people skills go from there.
yeah. I like that. Me being dealing with the audio side as it relates to the interviews. People love the microphone, whether it's the headset that we have on, when we're in person or doing like this. Talk about the love that people have for the camera, Reg. What's that like?
Oh, that it was definitely it started to grow, especially like I think it was one video, two kids from Sex and Augustus and Marcellus. I think they were the first ones to really and Mason at East Lansing, they really started to,
Oh, Mason
like
loves the camera. Mason
yeah,
loves
like they
the
really they really said, like the shout out workout Reg.
yeah,
And then, like that really picked up. And next thing I know, like a lot of the people after that, like for the videos, they see me in Warren said, shout out to workout Reg, pointing at the camera and stuff like that. And so the kids like it, and that's really what I like too. Like, they're excited to get their videos and stuff like that. So I think it was this last weekend I was recording a Cam over at Everett.
uh-huh.
He caught on fire one game. He looking at the camera, pointing at the camera. It's just it's fun to watch definitely.
Okay. As a former high level player yourself, how do you not get caught up in the game when you're doing the work? How do you not get caught up in like watching the game compared to staying in the camera?
It's definitely hard. This has definitely been times where I was like, oh man, I could have got a better view of that. And I was like watching the game, like especially when they're intense ones. It's definitely hard, but then I know like half the time I end up watching through the camera. But I do catch myself sometimes. I have my voice in there. I'm like, oh man, oh. I'll be reacting. I'll be like, oh God, I gotta be quiet.
No, man, that's great, man. That's great. Well, I'm happy to hear that. So you talked a little bit more about being able to branch out, that, you know, you're not just limiting things to just basketball. Talk a little bit more about where you see Workout Reg, you know, going in the future, where you see your brand going, you know, what you want to accomplish. And before we wrap up, we want to make sure people have a way they can contact you if they want to be able to get with you.
In the future, I really just want to cover more sports stuff. You know, that's like my primary goal. Um, I want to do it at a high level. You know, working like with a company, working with a school. If you know, that's like really my dream. Working with a college program, NBA program, NFL, anything like that's my big goal. And then I do want to branch out and do other things like, you know, music videos, commercial work, you know, things for people around the city, especially like there's only a select few like cameramen around here. So you know, I want to branch out and, you know, become more known just for things that aren't just sports or basketball. So but long-term goal really with the camera is hopefully getting some type of deal with the team, or, you know, being able to associate myself with like NCAA or NBA, things of that sort.
Man, I think that's going to happen sooner than you expect. I mean, because you put a great work product out there. Are you self-taught with this?
Yeah,
Wow.
all self-taught.
Wow. I can't tell, man. I mean, I'm only saying that because I know the amount of time you've been doing it, but when I see them videos, I'm like, how do you do that?
Yeah, all self-taught. I tell you, I've so many nights I've been up 2, 3 in the morning, literally, then waking up at 8 in the morning to finish like all
Yeah,
these videos. You
yeah.
know,
But that's good, though. You can see the craft. How can people get in contact with you? How can they follow your brand? How can they connect with you if they want you to come out and whatnot? How does that work?
my Facebook is just Reggie Austin, and Instagram it's workoutreg.ent, and those are the best ways to get a hold of me. You know, just shoot me a DM. Um, I'll get back to you pretty quick. You know,
Maybe they be
might
all in
take
your
it.
DMs, Reg. They be all in your DMs.
Yeah, they be on there. I'm gonna try to get back to you as soon as possible. But
No, that's
that's
great,
the best
man.
way to get a hold of me.
Well, I'm so proud of you and what you're doing. I'm inspired by you too. So maybe that's probably why I'm so excited, because no matter what your age is, when you see somebody straight up hustle, when you see somebody, as my homeboy Rashard out of Atlanta, my Detroit brother said, get it out the mud. When you see somebody just take their thing and go with it, it's such an inspiration, because it's telling us what we can do ourselves. And what people have to realize, that they not just go jump up and be popping like Reg is right now. You got to start somewhere. You got to be willing to put your time and work out. And I heard you talk about 3 a.m., back up at 8 a.m. I mean, and you can't really do that if it's not something you're passionate about. Am I right?
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Well, with that, man, you got any closing words before we step off right now?
Like I just said, you know, for anybody out there that has anything that they want to do, like do it. Start it. Whatever you want to do, whoever you want to present yourself as, do it. You know, it's no better time, especially right now. Like we have a lot of downtime. Do it.
Do it. Well, you heard it here from Workout Reg. You said do it. So with that, guys, this is Lindsey Ellison on the SPS Mental Health Moment. Got Reggie Austin making it happen. Any last thing? You good?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on here.
All right. I'm so proud of you, man. Keep it up, and we'll see you when you go to the next level, too.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Peace.